pretty stoked about that.
Hopefully, anyway. Go overseas.
We're on our way to go get conned. We just paid a guy $10,000 for a bike we've never ridden. Haven't even seen it in person, really, because it's not his bike.
So, we went on nothing.
Did you contact them?
It's on its service stand, so the back's in the air and its back wheel's off. But how am I going to get the front off at the same time?
Straps?
Maybe I should. It's not touching that.
This beastie. My favourite bike.
This one?
Yeah. I like it more than
What?
the other one.
Why?
It's more comfortable. It feels different. I don't know why.
Ah, you tell me.
I've always told you this.
How am I supposed to sell it now? This will be like a classic one day. It'll only going to go up in value.
We're so conflicted.
I love this bike.
If we could get 25 for it,
Yeah,
that's
I won't
it.
be able to. Fuck, this bike looks like a cunt to do a back wheel on. Fucking hell.
So start by taking the saddlebags off. Might make it easier.
Yeah, I was thinking about that.
Things you find when you're taking shit apart.
Try to take both off.
Yeah. They do a shit job cutting the outside.
Eh? Yeah.
Nice.
That wasn't was a bit loose anyway.
Mm-hmm.
See that fucking piece of shit thing broke off.
She is. Just sniffing your boots. Yeah. YouTubers, welcome back. Apologies in advance for the background noise. We're in the car on our way to Whanarea again because we've sold one of our bikes and we're really stoked about that.
Hopefully, anyway. End of an era, we might have sold the V-Rod and we're off to onto something else, experience something else.
Yeah.
Maybe an adventure bike, I'm not sure yet, haven't decided, but since as I live up a gravel road and that's the whole reason the V-Rod's not up this road, I was thinking, well, it's winter and it's a bit shit, what do I do now? Maybe adventure bike.
We've been inspired by watching a bunch of adventure motorbike vlogs on YouTube, and we were thinking, well, we kind of like that, and I really love film, and I want to get better at it, and I want to upgrade my equipment so that we're getting cool stuff. So we're like, you know what, our dreams and hopes are maybe to become travel vloggers and filmographers, videographers. But yeah, I love taking photos of nature and stuff, and you can see that on our Instagram. But I also love taking videos too. So we're trying to dabble, and we're thinking adventure bikes are our next bang. So yeah, we're kind of exploring different adventure bikes. We've been looking at DRXs.
DR650s.
DR650s. What else? I've looked at a Himalayan Royal Enfield for myself, and
Triumph Tiger 800s and V-Strom Suzukis.
Yeah.
There's so many to choose from and I don't know much about them, but the only way to find out is to buy one or two and work out what I do and don't like about each and
just try them
and enjoy the experience.
Yeah. And the market right now is the buyer's market in Aotearoa because it's winter and nobody really wants to ride around in winter.
I like the idea of a DR650 because they've pretty much made the same bike since 1996, and I think 2024 might be the last one that they're bringing out, but they're all been pretty much the same ever since, and 35 years or something it's been. And which means they're very popular, easy to fix, and you're never going to run out of parts. And but I know that's not everyone's typical idea of an adventure bike, probably, but
They seem reliable.
they seem reliable and they're not too badly priced.
No.
They look more. I like the idea of if you're going to have an adventure bike. In my mind, it should look more like a dirt bike, not a road bike that's made to look like a ugly dirt bike that's not a dirt bike. That's just my opinion because I grew up riding dirt bikes, so why not have a dirt bike that can be road legal and have 50/50 tyres? And I mean, pretty much all of the bikes that I've been looking at the moment, V-Stroms and
There's a couple others.
KLX 650s and all those sorts of adventure bikes, Tigers, they're all got road tyres on them.
Yeah.
KTM makes a nice looking one. Not 100% sure, I know that KTMs are reliable, but I want a bike that if I need to buy a part, it's here in New Zealand, not have to get it sent from overseas because they don't stock it here. So that's one of my main things. I live remote, far north of New Zealand, and you can't just go down the road and buy all the parts that you need, so I need to be able to
Get them when we want them.
get them when we need them and when we want them, and not have to wait weeks and weeks and weeks for them to come from Japan. So that's my thinking behind a DR, and the fact that I used to be a mechanic and now I'm a builder, so pretty much everything on the DR I can fix myself, so that's the other reason I'm leaning that way.
Yeah. If we both have a similar adventure bike, then once I get good enough at riding, we can go for our planned tour of the South Island that we're both excited about.
Yeah, I'd love to just be able to chuck if there's two bikes, we'll be able to chuck as much gear on there as we can both handle safely and camp our way around the South Island. Fuck yeah, I think I'm actually thinking about a Triumph Tiger more and more and more. Especially if it can sound as sick as it does, and you can go get an ECU tuned and shit. rip up we could buy some of those telescopic bloody fishing rods each.
Yeah, that's right. That'd be cool.
Rip up fucking 90 Mile Beach for fish.
I mean, it's moving down toward, and apologies for any background noise, but we're driving now from Whanare to Auckland. And there's a special reason why. And that reason is because we have managed to sell the Vrod, which is excellent. And of course, it is our usual way to have something lined up to look at to potentially buy ready now.
So today we finally sold the V-Rod, which is great. It's been a long exercise.
It has.
Don't even get me started on that.
It's been stressful.
It's been quite stressful, to be honest.
Lots of stress, but it's done now.
It's done, so we can let it all go behind us. And I was going to have a week off and have a think about what do I really want in my next bike. And it's winter and we live up a gravel road, and what are we going to do
Adventure bikes.
adventure-wise when it's hard to ride up and down a road that's horrible? So I thought, well, adventure bike. I've started looking into Triumph Tigers, probably the main one.
Yeah.
They're in our price range and they are reasonably low Ks, and they do some awesome models with great functions. So, and I like the looks of them and I like the sound of them.
Was it the 900 that looks a bit weird, or the 1100?
No, the 1050cc Tiger looks quite strange to me, and it looks like How to Train Your Dragon movie.
Yeah, the black ones
the
look
little
like
black
the
dragon.
Fury.
His name is Fury.
Yeah.
And he looks just like a Triumph Tiger 1050.
Yeah.
And I can't get my head around that because
I want a dirt bike.
I don't want to ride a dragon, I want to ride an adventure bike. So in my mind, and I'm happy for you to hassle me in the comments, but in my mind, if it's an adventure bike, it should look like a dirt bike. It should look like it can do adventures, not be something that had sex with a dragon.
It's a bit like a...
So it's an XCX model, 800 Tiger. So it looks like a dirt bike, more so than a 1050. And I'd love a 900, but obviously they've only just brought those out in the last couple of years and they're pretty much twice the money.
Yeah.
But that's fine. I'll work my way up to one of those one day. And this one is a rare model. It's already got the aftermarket suspension factory. It's got different rider modes. It's had a good service history, and it's a black graphite model, which aren't very common. The only thing that's kind of lacking, in my opinion, would be, to make it perfect, would be it doesn't have any racks on the back apart from the normal rack on the top. It doesn't have any side racks or any of those side bars. I'll probably put 50/50s maybe. I don't know, we'll see. I do quite a bit of gravel roads stuff and I want to do some exploring, and I probably want to go for a blast up the beach. I don't know, 90 Mile Beach maybe, down to Poto. Eventually the South Island, and eventually we're going to get Freya a bike, hopefully. Oh, and maybe a Royal Enfield Himalayan. Not 100% sure yet because the seat height might be a bit too high for her, but we'll work on that.
I don't know. We're just going to take our time with that one anyway. What's most important right now is that we get Ra sorted with this, because he came across it today, and you know what, when his heart's set on something, we just gotta go look at it until we know for sure. So
I've been looking for a little while at Tigers because I was going to go DR650 and then kind of got talked out of that because it's only got 43 horsepower and this bike's got 93, so it's kind of like if I'm two up, which I will be quite often, there's no point having two of us on a bike with gear that's only got 43 horsepower. We'll just get sick of that, and this will do more of the things that I want it to do. Be better on fuel and all sorts. But What was I going to get at? Oh yeah, so we eventually want to camp around the south, do a trip around the South Island and just camp it, rough it, you know? Every now and again get a hotel or a motel or whatever, but I just think it'll be the most amazing thing to pull up next to a river, camp, have a fish, go for a swim. What better way to experience something than camping it? You know, like you're in nature, in the wilderness, and you can always stop and have a hot shower wherever you want. But to me, I'm like, well, what about if we don't have any plans and we can spend a whole day here, or we can spend 2 days getting to there, or you know, I think that just makes more fun. And I know that it's not everyone's cup of tea, and by the end of it might not be mine either, but
I'm learning to love filmmaking. I'm still dabbling, but I love nature and I love taking photos of beautiful things, so I think South Island's going to be a really cool place to try and capture that, and it'll be really awesome to try and capture that adventure that we do.
So we're in Waipu Cove. We're heading obviously around the long way to get to Auckland to look at this bike because the Brenduans are still shut. I was just going to talk about why is my partner driving.
Right.
Well,
how dare she?
There's a couple of reasons. One, I've got a neck injury, and
2, equality. No, just kidding.
Yes. No, 1, I've got a neck injury, and 2, she needs the practice because
yeah. Often he drives.
I always drive, and if I continue to drive for the rest of my life and she never gets to drive, then how's she going to practice?
Yeah,
or
get
get
rusty.
it? Yeah, and it's the same with the motorbike. We're looking at getting an intercom, and everyone's like, don't get an intercom, that's stupid. And I'm like, no, well, we have good reasons for that. We want to talk to each other because we love each other, and the other reason is when we're riding bikes together, we can talk about all the scenery and everything that's going on and what's going on. What do we want for lunch? Where do we want to go? I need to pee. Whatever.
Yeah, and you can give me instructions as I'm learning.
Yeah, and I can give her instructions when she's learning, and I can say, look, follow me, do what I do. If I come around a corner, look, there's an obstacle coming up. Watch out, there's a pothole, because the north is full of those.
Oh, yeah.
Hence the adventure bikes, because there's no flat roads around my area.
Yeah.
And yes, it's easy to explain things as they come up. You know, it's like I could tell her on every single car trip how to ride a motorbike. Doesn't mean she's going to be able to ride one. And once she's on the bike, it'll all make sense when I'm explaining it to her. So, I just think it's a good idea. It's a safety thing.
As well as we can communicate.
Yeah. Finally get to land B. That's what we've really got to do. You know what I mean? And then you just jump ship and fucking go overseas.
We're on our way to go get conned. We just paid a guy $10,000 for a bike we've never ridden. Haven't even seen it in person, really, because it's not his bike.
So we went and looked at a bike in Auckland last night, as you would see in the previous video. Beautiful bike, really nice guy, genuine as it seems. I've just been pessimistic, don't get me wrong, really nice guy. Even gave us a beer after we made the deal and said congratulations. And
he's drawn up an email for like an agreement because Vrod didn't actually get to ride it last night.
It was too wet and it was dark.
In Auckland, so.
And up a big steep concrete slippery driveway, and anyway, he wouldn't let me ride it anyway because he's like, there's no point riding home in this weather. So anyway, he was a nice enough guy, and he said, I'll meet you halfway tomorrow if you want, and I'll bring it on a trailer and you can jump on it. And he said, because you didn't get to ride it, I'll even give you 1 week or up to 300 k's of riding it to, if you don't want it or don't like it, bring it back and I'll give you a full refund. So
that's pretty cool. And we've got a written agreement, so it's all done proper.
I just put the money in his account.
So what did you get?
What did I get? I got 2014 Triumph Tiger XCX, which is a model that is quite rare apparently. It's got WP suspension as a came out factory, which was an extra that the normal XC models don't have. It's a full black model. They don't make many of them. It's called Graphite Edition or something. It's got a Akrapovic exhaust, which is bloody expensive on it.
It's gonna be fun. It's 98 horsepower, about, I can't remember what the torque was.
95 horsepower and about 80 newton meters of torque or something roughly. But it's yeah, really nice bike. I was going to get a DR650, and now I'm just like, what was I thinking? I was going to pay 10 grand for a DR650, which had nothing on it, and I got something that's got cruise control, different rider modes, ABS, bloody, I don't know, it goes on, heated grips, all the shit, and it also, you can turn the ABS and all the crap off if you want to ride it like a real man. Yeah, really good guy, gave us a great deal on it, dropped the price from what listing price was, and he's gone above and beyond really. And you know, I said, oh, the back tire's a little, you know, getting a bit low, and he's like, I got another one for you. I was like, what? He's like, yeah, you can have it, and a front. I hadn't been on the bike for very long in the 50/50s, and that's probably what I want to run anyway. I was like, I'll throw in a set of 50/50s for you, front and rear. He said the only reason I took them off is because he's currently in Auckland and doesn't do enough gravel road riding, and so he said they're a little bit noisier than the road, the more road base tyres that he chucked on. So I'm happy. I'll get some K's out of the tyres that are already on it, and then I'll chuck the 50/50s on.
It's been a lot of driving around this weekend, but it's been worth it.
There is, but we've got some clarity. The clarity tells me that the next bike for my nearest and dearest is going to be probably a KTM Duke 390, I reckon. But we'll just work that out.
Sounds exciting. There is some sunshine, so I think it should be a pleasant enough ride home for Ramako on his new hoon.
It all worked out in the end. He was like, no, you're not. He's like, I wouldn't even sell it to you to ride home in this shitty weather on a bike that you're just learning how to ride, because it's totally different to anything else I've ridden. It's tall, it's bloody, you know, obviously I've ridden dirt bikes and stuff, but I'm now used to my Bandit. Used to ride Harleys, but now I've gone kind of sports bike and adventure, you know. That's funny, because I used to be a Harley rider that used to watch adventure riders ride past and go, hey, look at those dweebs, they look fucking gay. Sorry, no offense to anyone, but that's what I used to think. I don't know why. And now I'm gay. I mean, now I'm one of those people that's I'm not actually gay, by the way. Well, for $1 million, I might, no.
Anyway. Yeah, so now he has an adventure bike, so he's one of those dogs. But I think he's going to really like it, and we're going to really like getting the opportunity to go camping off-grid and, I mean, off trail and up some gravel roads and see a bit more of the New Zealand that we want to see, that you wouldn't really get access to very easily on a road bike. So we're pretty stoked about that.
Yeah, who doesn't want to rip it up a gravel road with a 3-cylinder motor going run, you know, like, blimmin' heck. It's a 3-cylinder, so I think that normally means that it has the power of a twin and the fuel economy of a 4, is that right?
I don't know.
No, it's meant to have the power of a 4 and the fuel economy of a twin. I was just being silly.
You bring the beauty and the light to this world we live in. And oh child, falling down from grace, you got the power in your smile to bring back the feeling. See I'm around, Samanoye,
So we just got home and Veronica's brand new bike has lost all power. I think it's just a fuse or something that's come loose at the gravel. Night. Oh, what?
Nah, I can hear something clicking down here too.
Okay, so it's
I'd say it's that fuse he's talking about because it's making fucking weird noises down there. So yeah, I think we're on the right track. That fuse that he's talking about, that's underneath there.
Is it under the battery?
Yeah, so I have to pull that out tomorrow. You can see it down in there.
Okay.
Or it could be that fucking relay down in there too. Anyway, mucking around with that shit, mate. Fucking wind,
Yeah.
start, and then trip out.